We've had a look at PDCA already, so I don't want to actually spend a lot of time on the plan, do, check, act. Very, very important, very vital for agile working and agile tool set, because it's all about the iteration. It's all about the incremental development, continuous integration, and continuous delivery of your software so that it is actually better and improved over a period of time. So there's something called as DMAIC, which is very popular, made popular by the lean manufacturing back in the 80s, and I think even in the 80s and 90s from Toyota manufacturing, and it started with that, and then of course it was adopted into the agile development framework within the lean processes. So it's basically a good tool set for you to understand how to go about doing the aspect of continuous improvement. When you say, how do you do that? That's through the application of DMAIC. So you define, you measure, and then you analyze, and then you improve. Again, this is basically what we were talking about. You control, you take control action about it. And this whole cycle goes on and on. So we would have a look at this as to how what do you define? What do you measure? What are the things that you're trying to look at when you're trying to do the analysis? What tools would you use? The 5 whys and so on and so forth, the root cause analysis, the fishbone diagram, and then how you can improve the processes on a continuous basis. So we'll have a look at this now. So in the context of definition, what do you define? You define the business problem. You're not defining the technical. When you talk about business problem, pretty much what we're trying to look at is how can we deliver value to our customers, to the users, and the functionality. It's not the technology, as we discussed the other day. It's not about technology. It's not about focusing on the technology alone, because the technology is a medium, is a way to deliver. It's not the end, it's the medium. So if you want to really look at the real crux of the problem, you need to understand that from the point of view of the business aspect, the functionality, and who are the stakeholders who've got the problem. So that's where you actually kind of can take the help of the fishbone, the 5 whys, ask why 5 times, so you actually get to the real root of the problem. So again, that's very important in the context of starting anything in the agile development. So what is known now? So how do you state this business problem? What do we know now about that particular situation? What the consideration? What is currently known to us? And what are the customers? What are users thinking about it at the moment? What is their perception? So their perception is different from what you think it is. And that's why they say that what the company thinks about itself, what it stands for, is basically what it is called the identity. And what the people really think about it or perceive that the company is doing is actually called the image of the company or the brand. In fact, I did a project during my MBA days about the brand identity versus brand image of a very popular brand. I don't want to say that now, but it's a very popular brand in the whole world. So I did this exercise to actually understand whether what the company thinks, what the organization thinks as what its values, its brand equity, and all these, the kind of brand stands for. Is it exactly what the customers on the other side, the external viewpoint, is it actually aligned to that? Most often it is not, because the customers are thinking in a different way, because the identity is not matching to the image of the brand. So we need to do something to bridge that gap. So that's my project anyway. So coming to this one, what are the customers thinking about this? What are the objectives and the goals of this project, this product? What do you want to do? And then what is in the scope and what is out of scope for this piece of work?